Hello, everybody. Sunday Adelaja here. We are back with DSA's thoughts. Now, DSA's thought is different from DSA philosophy, like I've told you the last time. But when it comes to DSA's thought is, my attempt to be able to give guidance and help to young men and women and everybody that might be wondering that might be curious to glean into the wisdom of the life of Pastor Sunday Adelaja. So these are just words of wisdom and principles that might be able to help you in life. Definitely, if you abide by them, they are definitely going to be able to help you. They are some of the wisdom that I've learned during my journey. And I think that, we will all be able to do better if we live by these principles and this wisdom that God is going to, that I'm going to be sharing with us today by God's grace. So my topic today is thinking about life. I want to talk about life today because, this idea that I'm going to, and this concept that I'm going to be sharing with you today, I never even heard about it. I never even knew that was a possibility. And the concept is the idea of the need to define life for yourself. I think everybody needs to define life for him or herself, or at least adopt a definition from somebody else or something that you think best describe life for you, and not just describing it to make sense, right? Not just some philosophical definition to give you an idea what life means or what life is, but I'm talking about defining life such that you'll be able to fashion your life and your day-to-day life and goals according to that definition. And that's what we don't see. I've been around for 50 years, right? But I've never heard anybody telling me that for me to really make good of my life on earth, that I needed to come up with a definition of life and have my own concept of life that will now act as a radar for me, as a compass, a form of a guiding lighthouse that I could use to, maneuver my life and kind of guide my steps through life. That is one thing that I came to that conclusion, but I probably came to that conclusion only not earlier than 40. So let's say I came to that conclusion at 40 years old. What is that? I needed to be 40 to come to the understanding that I needed to define life for myself. That's why I think it would be a good idea for me to come up with these DSA thoughts. So that some of the things that I've learned and that took me years to come to them, that you could just come to them faster. And some people have lived and died and never even defined life for themselves. And some people are getting ready to die and they are yet to define life for themselves. And so there are people who are older than me and they have not even come to this conclusion yet. But when you come to the place when you are able to give yourself the definition or explanation of life, and then you are able to use it as your compass, you will not be lost. You will never be lost. You'll never be lost because that's what compass does. Compass gives you the ability and the capability to be able to maintain your bearing, no matter where you are. So one thing with compass is if you go to the valley and you are heading south, and you look at your compass, that compass will be showing north. It will always show you your direction. If you are missing your road, right? Because sometimes not all of us know how to read the moon and the sun and the stars. You cannot always tell where is the direction you are moving in. So let's say you are moving the wrong direction, you are going south. and you want to find out, where am I? Am I really going the direction I'm supposed to go to? You bring out your compass. The compass will always point to the north. Even if I had that device of the compass right now, if I turn it upside down, it will still point to the north. If I point it to the west, and I'm heading to the west, and I want to check where I am, what I'm doing, that compass is not going to point to the west. It's going to point right back to the north. If I point it to the east, and I'm heading to the east, and I check the compass, it will point me right back to the north. That's one thing with compass. Your life needs such a compass. Well, what gives you that compass is your ability to sit down with yourself and with your God. It's your ability to investigate and do research and search and study and brainstorm with the greats that have lived before you. Take the word of God, study it, brainstorm, and see what the word of God says about life. See what the great minds that have lived say about life. Then bring all that together and, measure it, compare it to what God is telling you and where God is leading you. And sit down and give yourself a well thought out definition of what life is going to be for you. But not just for you. Once you've got the definition of life for yourself, you will also be able to help all other people around you and give them that same compass. Because can you imagine, if you live in your life, or you find yourself in the middle of a wilderness or forest somewhere, and you don't have a compass, you don't even know what direction you are moving in. But what compass does, it shows you all the time. Compass will always show you where the north is. That's your direction on life. That's what life is about. Never miss your road. That is the direction. That is north. Compass always points to the north. So definition of life becomes that lighthouse for you. So when you are navigating, life is like an ocean. When you are navigating the ocean, you need a lighthouse. That will act as a pointer. The lighthouse is like that light at the end of the end of the road, where your destination, where you're going to. That light that tells you, oh yeah, that's where we're going. You need that lighthouse. What helps you and brings the reality? Because life is, there are so many things going on in this life. Life is like an ocean. It's like you're in the midst of an ocean. I mean, the wind could blow you this way, it could blow you this way. I mean, so many things happening in life. I mean, life will give you a lot of surprises and a lot of shocks. Our life is like a wild wind. It's like a wind that's just throwing you up and down. And you need a guiding light. You need a beacon. You need a compass. You need, you need something to direct you. You need an anchor. You need an anchor. So, what the anchor does for you, what the lighthouse does for you, is that it doesn't allow you to get lost. So that's what definition of life will do for you. That's what definition of life will do for you. Definition of life will, but you defining life. When you define life, you will discover that you have that anchor, you have that compass, you have that lighthouse. So it's not, because many people you are going to come under the influence of friends, you're going to come under the influence of parents, you're going to come under the influence of media, you're going to come under the influence of opposite sex, you're going to come under the influence of culture, you're going to come under the influence of tradition, you're going to come under the influence of religion. You're going to come under the influence of powerful men. You're going to come under the influence of your boss at work. You're going to come under the influence of, life is tough. One thing that will help you not to get lost in this life is to, right from the beginning, at least at any time, at any point in life, stop. Study for yourself. Get to understand what life is. Then sit down and give yourself a definition of what life will be to you. Let me give you an idea of a definition of life. For example, some people could say life is a school. So what that does for them is it motivates them to think about life as an opportunity to always learn. So when they make a blunder, when they do something wrong, they know it's not a tragedy. And they know they could always learn from it. And also, when they find themselves in any environment, in any situation, no matter what is happening, good or bad, they will always learn from it. And when they are successful, when they are making it, instead of resting on their oars, they know that's just a learning curve. And when they fall or fail, they're not in depression. They know life is a school. So I get up and I keep learning. Let me give you another example. What about my philosophy of life? My definition of life? Want me to share it with you? One of it is that life is a school. But let me give you my most pertinent definition of life for myself, which is, for me, life is a school. Life is a mission. I've told you about life is a school, right? Okay. So now, my most pertinent definition is life is a mission and an assignment. Maybe I should come closer to you and tell you that again. Life is a mission and an assignment. Anybody who knows me, if you've been close to me enough, you'll discover that I'm driven. And every minute of the day, I live my life just like that. As a mission and as an assignment. Every minute. I'm on a mission. Carrying out an assignment. For one boss. For one master. Just a servant. On a mission for his Lord. On an assignment for his king. Just a slave. So when you realize, like in my case, that life is just me being on a mission for the king, carrying out his assignment, I'm never tempted to make a fortune and live for myself, because life is not about me. I'm never tempted to build a church in Ukraine here and just enjoy it and just, make it bigger, 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 bigger. No, I'm ready to leave it today and go on the next assignment. Life, I'm constantly moving, constantly going, not my resting place. No resting place for me here on earth. For me, life is a mission. It's a missionary lifestyle. Life is a mission. Life is an assignment. So what about if I don't have anything going, something doesn't go for me the way I want it? Well, I might not need it for my mission. Life is a mission. So I'm never really demoralized or frustrated, disillusioned or disappointed that some things are not working out the way it's working out for other people or the way I would have liked it to be. No, life is just a mission. I'm not here to stay. My life is not about this life. I'm not here to enjoy life. It's a mission. And when you're on a mission, you are on a mission. What matters is not your pain. What matters is not your comfort. You're on a mission. What matters is carrying out the mission. So life is a mission and an assignment. When you are sent on a mission or you are on an assignment, your consideration becomes secondary. You know whose consideration becomes primary? Whoever sent you on that assignment. That explains the fact why I would never live for myself. And people who know me, they know this guy doesn't live for himself. I mean, people are amazed at how much I just live for other people. Well, there's a reason for it. The explanation is simple. Life must be defined. And I've defined mine. Life to me and for me is a mission and an assignment. I hope you will define your life and give yourself and your life a radar. Give your life a compass. Give it a definition. Give your life a definition. Give life in general a definition so that you'll be able to follow the lighthouse and you have a guiding light so that wherever you are, wherever you go, you know, like that compass, you always point to the north. And the north, as far as I'm concerned, is back home. No matter what you do, always remember that we're headed up. Peace. Thank you so much for watching our videos. Now, we need to spread this word and we need to do it together. For that to happen, we need your help. Just 5 little steps that you could help us to spread the word. Number one thing we need you to do is to like the videos. Please go like this video right now. Number two, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Number three, we need you to press and click on that notification bell. You see the bell? Go press on it. And number four, we need you to go comment. Write your comment, good or bad, just write what you feel. Number five, share on every platform. Share on Instagram, share on Facebook. Just share and spread the word. Thank you so much. All right, bless you.